Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your man Ronan, back for another one. You already know the deal. Use the code Ronan10 as your passport into the A-game lifestyle. This helps with your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Do those things in those order because vitality, you got to get the fruit of your life. Like, really learn how to enjoy your life for the fullest. Your energy, you're going to need the energy to do it. As far as your focus, stay on point while you're being the best version of yourself. And libido should be self-explanatory, but we'll talk about that in another video. This one was on the fly. This is something I was thinking about when I was getting off to myself and really get my thoughts together and just enjoying the quiet. And I haven't even eaten my lunch yet, but this conversation, I'm not sure what the title will be, but it'll come to me. This concerns your dwelling. I know it hasn't been approached yet because the main three, your spirituality, your health, and family, are being thoroughly addressed. Shout out to my A-game family. Salute to Chief Stay Sleep for basically setting fire on the tube for doing what he does. Same thing with the Crimson Cure. Much love to her. And my brother, the Bishop, which will be doing the damn thing on 5th and Benediction tonight. And I was thinking about dwelling because whether it be a young man aspiring to get his own place, even as a child, or you have a man who's at the age where either he is retired or unfortunately probably on hospice. Our dwelling matters because it is a reflection of, in a sense, SOS. How do we run our lives? What level of order do we command? And it'll give you a very keen display of what kind of system you maintain to maintain that level of order or lack thereof. I often find it very difficult to respect an individual if their car is disheveled, if it's a rolling hamper with wheels. Same thing with their house. If they live like a squatter, if they don't take enough pride in the cleanliness of it, which reflects to your spirituality in a sense, and your health, can affect your family to an extent. And it most definitely reflects your appearance. But we're talking about as young boys, when you start learning the lessons from your parents, we're talking about cleaning your room. There's a reason why for that, especially with the father's going to put that. Because if you do not clean your room, that invites other critters and other things to dwell among you. When you maintain a clean place of dwelling, doesn't matter how the size of it, you maintain a level of SOS to where certain things are not comfortable being that space in the open. Now, be it pests that are six-legged or multi-legged or even two-legged, a lot of them, when they're spiritually not rooted, and we're talking about the two-legged kind mainly, they don't like to be in a certain place because it's a reflection of them and you. When you maintain a level of dignity, when you clean your house, when you don't have a sink full of floating mold and all disease and disorder sitting about, you don't put forth an aura of disgust. Or if you're dealing with depression, that's why it's a spiritual battle in a sense, to where you have to find constructive ways in order to address it. Aside from therapy and counseling, there's other things that I tend to do since I've been diagnosed with clinical depression. Most times, even though it's challenging to get back to what I love to do is drawing, I find other alternatives. I'll go off to a place where there's the quiet, the scenery, get a place to think. A lot of times I go to the gym, not as a measure of my addressing my health and spirituality, but because in challenging myself, I'm able to ward off those feelings better of the depression brought on by a lot of things that I'm still addressing in real time. But back to your dwelling, it doesn't matter if you're in a studio apartment, efficiency, an actual 2-bedroom, a house. If you don't have SOS in order, not just for yourself, but whoever you allow into your life, you'll never be able to create that area into a home. A home commands a different level of energy and presence. When you're home, you're able to drop your guard to an extent. You're able to take the weight of the world off your shoulders for a while. You'll be able to have a restful sleep when you're at home. When you're with someone, there's a level of respect there. Reciprocity is much easier, and it means a lot more. When you create an intimate space to where healthy communication and active listening, whether it be with a partner or especially to yourself, you start addressing the things as far as your spirituality, your health, mainly your mental. You can make it easier to invite family who respect your space into your area, to your dwelling. And it does wonders for your appearance. Now, granted, there's a caveat there. There are some people who can maintain a space, as far as like with the Marine Corps, where you would, have all these folds in your bed, which is something we should be doing, and they can sit there and bounce a quarter off of it. That is just the exterior. Because we've seen plenty of people with clean houses, but their interior is all fucked up. It's not just the house. You got to do internal field day in there. Because a lot of times I'll take the day off or two, and I'll go in there with a bunch of trash bags, and I'll get rid of old stuff. Just as you do in your room, you have to take time to get rid of the baggage within yourself. Sometimes you have to do it in increments of an hour or two, or even take some time off to address the old baggage and then go back at it again. I got a paper shredder, which is something you should get. If you got old bills, paperwork that is irrelevant, that doesn't mean anything as far as a legal level or anything of benefit, you should shred that shit and get it out of your house. Because if you notice on shows like Hoarders, that is the extreme display of many of the internal five, and basically corroding the external five. That's where it gets real bad. But there's many of us who have socially accepted clutter, not just on the outside but on the inside, that affect our dwelling. It's not just where you live per se, but there's a lot of things that dwell within us that we need to address. Sometimes we let that slip online or out in person if we're not careful, if we don't address it, because if you put too much trash in the bag, it's going to spill over. So in closing, I'm going to make it a point to address certain things and use myself as usual, but as homework, we need to start as a collective addressing our stuff. It says a whole lot when we own our mess. It's another thing when we take the time out to get the bags and all the cleaning supplies we need to clean it, both externally and internally. So with that, you already know, never allow your comfort zone become your coffin. And salute to you guys. Oh yeah, and the shirt, shout out to Big Job with the yamage, because it is sundress season. Ladies, if you are built like a squash or a bag of knuckles, wear a jogging outfit. I know I'm being an ass, but please stop being a visual terrorist, okay? That's it, you. Salute today, Game Nation. Much love to you guys, and let's keep it pushing. Peace.